The morning fog clings to the rice paddies outside Imphal, heavy and silver like a curtain, refusing to lift. Then, a single sound breaks the silence. Thak, thak, the shuttle of a loom. Inside a bamboo-walled workshop, Lema Devi sits cross-legged, her hands a blur. Her fingers move faster than your eyes can follow, twisting silk threads dyed in shades of crimson and gold. It's hypnotic. Every beat of the loom echoes like a drum, a heartbeat carrying centuries of memory. The air smells of mulberry leaves, wet clay, and smoke from a wood-fired stove. Light filters through slits in the bamboo, spotlighting her face. A woman weaving not just fabric, but futures. What she weaves here doesn't just cover bodies. It builds empires. And here's the kicker. This isn't just craft. This is a $10 million revolution, born from a single loom, smaller than your desk. Pause for a second, because behind this loom, behind this woman, lies a story so staggering it feels impossible. Right now, while you're watching this, an entire local economy the size of $10 million is being spun out of threads in villages most people can't even point to on a map. And here's the tragedy. The world barely notices. Tourists breeze through Imphal, snapping selfies at the market. Influencers drone on about Bali or Bangkok. Meanwhile, in a hidden workshop, one woman is quietly building what corporations spend decades failing to do, a sustainable economy powered by heritage and hands. Disclaimer: supporting these artisans won't make you rich overnight, but it will support real people, preserve centuries of culture, and prove one woman's vision can lift an entire community. Keirao, a village where mornings smell of steamed rice and frying chilies. The market hums in Meitei, the local tongue. Vendors bargaining over fish, laughter from kids chasing chickens through muddy lanes. At 5 a.m., Lema Devi brews Sanga Thoi, a gingery black tea that kicks awake the village. Then she threads her loom. A small transistor radio hums out folk songs as she sets silk strands taut, every line carrying the Moirang Phee pattern, a design so sacred it was once worn only by royalty. Here's a number that should stun you. Manipur produces nearly 2,000 tons of Eri and Muga silk every year. That's enough silk to wrap around the entire Earth's equator. Twice. But less than 20% makes it to global high-value markets. The rest? Sold raw, dirt cheap, stripped of value. Lema's workshop flips that script. She exports hand-woven shawls and stoles to Delhi boutiques, Japanese galleries, even a pop-up store in London. And this isn't just her hustle. Over 120 local women stitch their futures here. For many, it's the first time they've earned more than $150 a month. Each click of the loom isn't just rhythm, it's survival. But here's the paradox. Manipur's textiles should be luxury treasures sold alongside Gucci scarves. Instead, raw silk gets exported for as little as $12 a kilo. By the time it's woven into designer fabric in Milan, it sells for over $300 a meter. So yeah, Italy gets rich, Manipur gets rice money. Fair trade, right? Villages lose the value chain. Young people abandon weaving, leaving for BPO jobs in Guwahati or Bangalore. Machine-made imitations from China flood local markets, priced at half, killing authenticity. Picture this. A tourist walks through Imphal's Ima Kethal, the world's only all-women-run market, admiring the colors. But instead of buying, they snap a photo, haggle a few dollars, then walk away. One elder weaver put it bluntly, "We carry centuries in our hands, but are paid like day laborers." And so the conflict sharpens. Heritage versus modern economics, craft versus convenience, survival versus extinction. Zoom in on Thaunojamrita, 32. She wove scarves in a dark hut, earning just $50 a month. That's barely enough for rice, let alone school fees. Her son dropped out after class 8. She wasn't alone. A 2022 survey by the Northeast Development Finance Corporation showed that 67% of Manipuri weavers live below the poverty line. Over 40% have children dropping out of school due to financial pressure. Weaving, once a badge of pride, had become a poverty trap. The very craft that once clothed kings now keeps its creators hungry. That's what drove Lema. Her words cut through. I wanted my daughters, nieces and neighbors to see their hands could shape futures, not just fabric. Numbers tell the shift. $10 million annual potential economy from silk weaving. 120 plus women artisans directly employed, hundreds more indirectly. Export contracts growing 25% year on year. Every loom here is a micro-enterprise, every scarf a lifeline against migration and debt. Enter the changemakers. Example 1. Lema Devi. She teaches women how to catalog their products digitally, upload them on WhatsApp catalogs, Etsy, even Instagram shops. Suddenly, a scarf from Keirao is shipping to a customer in Berlin. Example 2. Imphal Silk Cluster Initiative. A government-backed hub providing skill training, dyeing units, and low-interest credit. Their goal? Turn 10,000 weavers into sustainable entrepreneurs by 2030. Example 3. Eri Silk Global, a startup that buys directly, handling design, packaging, and international logistics. Result? Artisans earn 40 to 60% higher margins than before. Example 4. Seven Sisters Foundation, an NGO training young women in both craft and digital marketing, creating hybrid artisan influencers. These aren't just stories, they're proof that threads can become supply chains, looms can become global shipping hubs, and women once trapped in debt can become CEOs of their own futures. So let's get practical. Here's what artisans, or frankly anyone watching this video, can implement tomorrow. Example 1. Etsy plus Amazon Handmade. Create a shop page highlighting origin and story. Example: woven in Keirao, inspired by Moirang legends. A scarf listed at $120 online brings in 8 times more what local markets pay. Example 2. Reels plus shorts. A 30-second video showing the loom to garment journey. Example: a weaver in Assam uploaded one reel. It got 1.2 million views, tripled her orders. Example 3. Bundling products. Don't sell a scarf, sell a heritage kit. Scarf plus story card plus organic dye sample. Customers pay premium for authenticity. Example 4. Crowdfunding platforms. A Mizoram weaving collective raised $22,000 on Kickstarter for natural dye shawls. Crowdfunding works if the story is told right. If a loom in Keirao can send shawls to Tokyo boutiques, what excuse does any of us have for not monetizing our skills online? If gamers can make millions live streaming Minecraft, why can't a loom in Keirao go viral? Here's the bigger picture. These threads, they're more than silk. They're compressed culture. Every motif carries memory, love stories, war victories, resilience during famine. When you buy one scarf, you're not buying fabric. You're voting for a culture to survive. You're telling a young girl in Keirao, stay, your hands matter, your craft matters. Lose this craft now, and in 20 years, it'll exist only in museums and nostalgia reels. And maybe this is the paradox of modern wealth. The fastest growing economies in the world are often built on things the world almost forgot, like hand-woven threads. We're back in Lema's workshop. The fog has lifted. The place hums with looms, women laughing, children peeking in. A container of hand-woven shawls is ready for shipment to Tokyo. This year alone, her exports doubled. Young women who once saw weaving as a burden now see it as a profession. Some dream of setting up their own workshops. Lema smiles, sunlight catching the golden threads. Weaving isn't just our craft, it's our economy, our dignity, our story. So here's the dare. Don't just scroll past. Hit subscribe, smash that like button as if you're lifting a shuttle, and drop a comment. But go further. Share this story. Because the more people hear it, the more pressure there is for big brands, for governments, for marketplaces to actually invest in these women. And remember, stories like this aren't charity, they're strategy. They're proof that wealth can be woven from culture if we just pay attention, because maybe the next billion-dollar brand won't come from Silicon Valley, it'll come from a loom in Manipur.